So finally, we are going to see Sentry in the MCU in the Thunderbirds movie, and in the trailer also, we were shown not Sentry, but a character named Bob, who is actually Sentry, whose real name is Bob Robot Reynolds in the comics, and blame me. We have not yet seen a powerful superhero like Sentry in the MCU. This guy literally competes with Dr. Manhattan with his power. And in today's video, we will see whether Marvel's Superman, whether Sentry is more powerful than Thor or not. Because as we know till now, Thor has been the most powerful superhero in MCU. But is this ranking going to change now or not? We will know in today's video, so first of all, many people. We don't know about Sentry's origin and power, so let's talk about it first. Sentry is a very twisted character where a guy named Bob Ronalds takes the super soldier serum due to which he changes start taking place in the body. But this super soldier serum was not a common serum. The super soldier serum that was given to Captain America was version 1, whereas the super soldier serum that Bob Reynolds had taken was from the serum given to Captain America. He was 1,000 times more powerful and 1,000 times more powerful and strong, due to which Bob changed. In Sentry is also called Marvel's Superman. Do you know why? Because Stan Lee created Sentry on the character of Superman, and Sentry is a relatively new character where his first look was seen in the 2000 comic. Like I said, Sentry is Marvel's Superman, which means he has the same powers as Superman. At the same time, he has more and additional powers than Superman. Like Sentry has the power to manipulate matter, Sentry has the power to manipulate energy, its shape, and can change the size as well as its. He also has powers like telepathy, telekinesis, etc. Actually, the history of Sentry is very deep, where Bob was working as a superhero Sentry since 1960. Yes, he was interviewed in the comics in 2000, but the comic history of this character is much older and has also worked with legendary superheroes like Hulk, Doctor Strange, Richard Richards since 1960. But whenever Bob Sentry had he transformed, his evil side, which has been named Vide, would have started dominating him. And Vide only knew about destruction and could use Sentry's full power, and Vide would have killed more people than Sentry saved. And once Void killed 1 million people, after which Sentry got Doctor Strange to cast a spell which made everyone forget that there was even a superhero named Sentry, and Bob himself also forgot. It is revealed that he is Sentry because when Bob would not use his power, the chances of coming out of the Void were also less. After this, Sentry returns in Marvel Comics in 2000, where he thinks that he has controlled the Void, but he is wrong. Now, Golden Sentry, with shame, Sentry got countless more abilities that Sentry literally became the most powerful superhero on Earth, where he has superhuman strength such that it can kill even Silesh. Can tear apart. Yes, Silesh tears. Gods down the middle Sentry, literally tore God offer. Ares to Seed. And along with that destroyed Carnage Sentry can easily travel at light speed. Durability-wise, Sentry World War Hulk's Panchasil was able to stop a superhero World War Hulk, who was Sentry, who was able to survive the blast of Mjolnir of Sentry Thor, which was Sentry has the potential to destroy planets. Literally no weapon on Earth works. Even Sentry has survived black holes and the sun. Sentry is immortal and cannot be killed. Yes, Sentry can be killed whenever he wants, but such Sentries themselves from the atom literally. His healing factor is faster than Hulk and Van. Sentry can survive without food and air and can shoot powerful energy blasts from his eyes, which can damage even light skin. But all these powers, Sentry's secondary powers are. Sentry's main power is molecular and energy manipulation, and he has all this with his molecular manipulation power. Sentry gets powers. He can break anything into atoms without touching it and recreate it exactly like Dr. Manhattan. And he got to know this power in the fight with Molecule Man, where Sentry defeats even Molecule Man, the same being who is the reason for this. Like Dr. Dom becoming God Emperor Dom and defeating a villain like Molecule Man, I think is Sentry's biggest feat. Let me explain further why it is now said that Sentry can literally have any power if he practices it. Even after trying once, Sentry was able to bring his dead wife back to life. Now enough about Sentry. Let's talk about God of Marvel Comics. You will get the idea of Thor's strength from the fact that the shockwaves emitted during his wrestling match with Hercules were literally moving the Earth with his weapon. He can destroy a planet with force. He has survived the weight of 20 planets at one time. Thor has lifted the Midgard serpent that was enveloping the entire Earth. Thor has lifted the world engine in which the entire 9 rails exist. She used to produce blasts with her lightning that hurt the king in Black Nala. Ahmad Sumika Bush. What kind of entity is she who is off at 98? Marol had destroyed the multiverse. Thor had been hurt by Thor's light knee. Thor had survived 2 blows from Sally shells. Odin had survived light punches. Thanos had survived a fight with Galactus. Pay attention. Here I am talking about base Thor. I have been unable to cut Thor till Valen's class. Thor has survived even in the sun. He has survived the blast of the Power Stone in the comics. Thor also has some degree of matter manipulation power and can teleport anywhere. In the comics, Thor has repeatedly given equal competition to Hal and has even defeated him at one time. And we know Thor was created more powerful than Hulk to show. Thor is also a skeleton fighter and has hundreds and thousands of years of experience in the comics. So let's see who is more powerful among the two. The god of thunder Thor, or the superhero with the power of million exploding suns. But let me clear one thing. First of all, I am going to compare only the base comic versions here and not the movie versions. We will do the comparison after the arrival of Thunderbolts. Now let's talk about the comics, that too of the base versions. Look, if you do a side-by-side comparison of Sentry and Thor, it will be a bit hectic. Like, Sentry is ahead in pure strength and durability and in experience, weapons and skills. Thor is ahead in terms of combat. That is why to decide a clear-cut winner, we will have to see if there is ever a fight between Sentry and Thor in the comics. If yes, then what result did we get to see from those fights? Because no one can understand these characters better than a comic writer. So, first of all, we will talk about what-if stories. If you consider what if as canon, which is not canon, but let me share this with you for information. What if in comics, Thor and Sentry have fought twice where Thor was the winner in one and Sentry was the winner in the other, so that a tie, but now on Marvel Comics' 616 Earth, Sentry and Thor have fought a total of 4 to 5 times, where first Thor and Sentry were superior during the Siege storyline, where in issue 1, Sentry knocked out Thor by speed blasting him. He does, but before Sentry can make another attack, Thor punches Sentry with such force that he is not seen anywhere else until the next issue. It was written in the Siege comics or in Thor's description that Sentry and Thor are evenly matched in POWs, and it would take both Sentry and the Dark Avengers to defeat Thor as Thor was fighting for his homeland escort. After this, in Siege issue 3, we again got to see Sentry fighting Thor, where Sentry was in half-wide form, and in this form, Sentry was able to destroy every Avenger, every superhero, including Thor. If that the fight had continued even a little further, he would have killed Sentry Thor, and later in this fight, when Loki uses non-stows to give a power boost to every Avenger, then all the Avengers together. Even the Void is unable to defeat the Sentry, and for a split second, when Bob sees that the Void has destroyed all of the escorts, to stop Void, he asks Thor to kill him because Void is unstoppable, and as soon as Bo starts changing back into Void, at the same time, Thor destroys Sentry's body with Molar and kills him. Pay attention here, Sentry himself wanted to die, so Thor was able to kill him, otherwise Sentry could even heal from atoms. And I have seen many Thor fans hyping Spit and saying, where actually they don't know what the proper story was. But still it's impressive that Thor has enough power to kill Sentry. Then in Uncanny Avengers issues 12, 13, and 15, we were shown another fight of Dead Seat Sentry versus Thor. Here Sentry got a power upgrade. Because of the dead seat given by Apocalypse, all the darkness inside Sentry was destroyed, and in this world, the feat that Dead Seat Sentry pummels Thor and humidifies him shows how powerful Dead Seat Sentry is. Dead Seat Sentry was able to literally stop Mjolnir. Yes, the feat that only Odin could do was done by Dead Seat Sentry, and this feat Dead Seed Sentry shows Dunn level power by destroying his own face. Just to prove he can do it, Dead Seed Sentry's puns wire. Heard every wire on Earth, and this fight was also won by Sentry. After this, Sentry and Thor fought in Sentry 2018 issue 5 comic, where Sentry was in his all-new Sentry form, and he easily defeats all the Avengers. But here, Thor was unworthy. So defeating him is not a big feat, but then shoot back Panther agents of Wakanda in all-new Sentry's fight with Thor, where Thor gives a good fight to Sentry. But here there were other Avengers along with Thor, but still Sentry came out on top. So all the fights between these two superheroes have happened till now. It is already clear that Sentry has overpowered Thor most of the times as compared to Thor. But the thing to be noted here is that most of the times Thor has overpowered not Sentry, but his powerful. He has fought with his form, and whenever he has lost, the opposite side has not had a base Sentry but a Dead Seed Sentry. A wide or an all-new Sentry, which comes in the powerful forms of Sentry. So look at the base form Sentry. We call it a Golden Sentry. As we know from the name, White Sentry has the evil form in which it becomes much more powerful than the Golden Sentry. In the Dead Seed Sentry form, Sentry had the power of Dead Seed, and in the all-new Sentry form, Golden Sentry and Vide both were merged, which makes him more powerful than base Sentry. So if we talk about base forms only, I mean Thor versus Golden Sentry, then both of them are described as equally powerful in the comics. But on the basis of feats, I think Thor has more feats, more experience, better weapons. Plus, Sentry can't fully control his power like a sad one. And the fight between these two won't be that easy. The one that ends in a minute or two, and the more time Thor keeps Sentry in the fight, the more poses Sentry will have to use. And we all know Sentry, the more he uses his poses, the more wide he becomes dominant beyond that. And I think Sentry needs so much power to knock out Thor that Edgerton comes out. So in base forms, Thor will defeat Sentry 7 out of 10 times in my opinion, but yes, 3 out of 10 times. Sentry can also defeat base Thor. But what do you think? Let us know in the comments, and Sentry's forms lock Dead Seed Void. Or all-new Sentry can easily defeat base Thor. But now the question comes that if I am taking Sentry's powerful forms, I am here. I have to include even the most powerful forms of Thor. Only then there will be comparison fear, and we have already made arrangements. What do you think about this analysis? Share your thoughts and let me know if there are other battles you'd like me to analyze. Keep smiling and laughing like this, and I will see you all in another amazing video. Until then, goodbye.